Learning how to use infrared cameras is a process. The first thing to understand about infrared cameras is there are two types, cooled and uncooled systems. All the cameras we have tested are cooled systems, military-grade technology where the components of the camera are cooled to cryogenic temperatures, which allows for detecting differences in temperature of less than 1 degree Celsius. Cooled systems are the premier technology. In Phase 1 of our testing, we mounted the infrared camera on a gyro stabilization unit, which enhances image quality by reducing vibrations. The ability to interface other technologies with infrared cameras is important. We've also used different aerial platforms. In Phase 1, we simply removed the door of a MAL fixed-wing aircraft. The first thing we used infrared cameras to do is to count sage grouse. The white dots are sage grouse on a lek, or a breeding ground. The blue background is mostly sagebrush vegetation. The video was taken while the plane circled the lek about a half a mile away. In the top center of the video, a sage grouse loses a territorial dispute and relocates on the lek. This is a portion of the video we would review in order to obtain a count of a lek. We published the results of Phase 1 testing and described the advantages of this technique for counting sage grouse. In Phase 2, we fashioned a door in the airplane specifically designed for a camera mounted to a gyro, and we collected similar imagery as before. This is a sharp-tailed grouse lek, and a grouse is flying in the lower right-hand corner, and male territorial disputes on the left of the screen. We published another paper demonstrating the ability to count sharp-tailed grouse, which are smaller than sage grouse, but we also documented the ability to observe behavior of males in territorial disputes circled in red. Furthermore, males actively displaying were at least 1 degree Celsius warmer than females at rest, which are circled in yellow. We determined it was possible to differentiate between sexes of sharp-tailed grouse attending leks. We are now in Phase 3 of testing a fully integrated infrared imaging system. This is what we call IRIS. The infrared camera and gyro stabilization unit are both contained within the IRIS, as well as a high-definition digital camera and an electrical-optical system with lasers. It is impossible to describe in a few minutes all the benefits IRIS provides, but it is the best technology available with better imagery and zoom capabilities. Here is the wide lens of a sage grouse lek. But we can zoom in, giving us the ability to differentiate sex of sage grouse on leks, as well as observe their behavior and count them. The zoom feature on the camera makes it possible to do that. We can also switch to the high-definition digital camera with the push of a button. Because of our success working with grouse, this technology has been applied to surveys of other species as well, including big game, predators, feral pigs and horses, and waterfowl, to name a few of the species this technology has been applied to. Some video of other species with IRIS. One of the advantages to IRIS is the ability to zoom in when more than a half a mile from the target. These are elk. The airplane is typically at a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile away in the following videos, but the ability to zoom makes it look much closer. Pushing a button allows switching between camera types in real time. These are mountain lion. Most species are easier to see with the infrared camera, but the ability to switch to a high-definition digital camera will allow biologists to classify the habitats being used by animals. This is a female wolf and her pups. Again, animals did not seem to pay attention to the plane because it is further away than it seems, and animals are not disturbed during these surveys. IRIS has been applied to many different species, but also many western states are contracting with Hawaii Research located in Nampa to conduct wildlife surveys. We believe this wildlife survey model of western states using private industry in Idaho for aerial services can be extended to other industries. For example, we are in the beginning stages of applying IRIS for monitoring wildfires. These are hotspots from a wildfire in Idaho during 2015. The electro-optical system with lasers provides the location of the center of the field of view within a 10-meter accuracy. Idaho is well positioned to provide proof of concept and expansion into other industries, including agriculture, search and rescue, public utilities, especially monitoring power lines and monitoring water resources. Thank you for considering our proposal.